Hey guys, today we're going to talk about upcoming TMRs and STMRs. Found this list in Reddit, so credits to the original author. So first we're going to talk about Aster and Clio. Their TMR is the sword duo, increased attack 70% when equipped with a katana, LB damage at 30, and STMR is Adachi connecting teacher and pupil. It's a two-handed katana, 207 flat attack. Average variance of 1.3, increase physical damage against humans 50%, increase LB damage 50%. So Adachi connecting teacher and pupil has the highest flat attack among two-handed katanas. It is also the first katana that has a 50% LB damage passive. Next is Savior Soul's Lightning. She's gonna bring a her TMR. It's a heavy shield. It's called Night Lotus. Attack 50, defense 140, mag 50, and spirit 95. Increases attack equipment attack by 50% when single wielding any weapon with or without shield, and then also increases equipped magic 50% when single wielding any weapon with or without shield. So that's a unique heavy shield there. It brings the TDH and MTDH with or without shield mechanic into the game. Also, her STMR is materia. It's called the Immortal Flash. Increase chain modifier cap 100%. So Savior Soul's Lightning brings a unique TMR and STMR. Her TMR is a heavy shield that has TDH and MTDH. Her STMR ups the chain cap modifier by 100%, so it can be useful on units that don't have the increased 200 chain cap modifier. So for example, TDH units or dual wield units that don't have the dual wield mastery. So this can be useful on them. Do note that results may vary, so use the builder to make sure you're optimizing your damage. Sometimes LB damage is better than this increase in chain modifier caps. Sometimes magic bonus or attack bonus is better. It just depends on your equipment pool. And also I've noticed if a unit is already capped and all their damage stats, GF extension is equipped on them, so that might be a point of comparison there. If your unit is a true double hand unit, or if they don't have a 200% chain cap modifier, the builder equips the GF extension on them. This might be a good piece of equipment or materia to put on them, but I can't make a blanket statement whether or not this is good for a certain unit. It just depends on your equipment pool. Moving on, it's Lumina. Alright, so Spilled from God's Palm is her TMR, increases physical evasion 25%. Her STMR is Luminous Clothes. That's her clothes. Defense 42, Spirit 48, Element Resist, Dark 50%, and also increases LB gauge 8 per turn. So Lumina brings a materia that grants 25 passive evasion, useful for evasion builds. Her clothes gives 8 auto LB per turn, and just farm her stuff because she is an event reward unit, so no reason not to get her TMR and STMR. So 25% passive evasion is good, and also 8 LB per turn is good if you don't have an LB gauge filler external unit, or if the unit cannot fill their own LB gauge, you can equip this her clothes, maybe on the base form or on the Brave Shift form, depending on what form you're gonna be dealing damage with. This is gonna be useful. It's kinda comparable to Call of the Wild. Right? Next is NV Ferris. TMR is the Beautiful Head. It's a materia, increase attack and mag by 40, and increase evo mag by 30%. Her STMR is a sword. It's called the Ferris Sword. FF5 attack 160 and mag 185. Passive is increase evo mag 50%. So NV Ferris brings a 30% evo mag materia that also gives 40% mag. Her STMR is another sword for evoke damage dealers, but hers has evo mag. Ferris Sword, on the other hand, has evoke damage 50%. So they're kind of different. Evo mag and evoke damage. So look at your evoke damage healer, see if they're already near the cap for evoke damage or evoke mag, and then just pick which one you want to equip on them, Ferris Sword or Terra's Sword. Okay, next is Sazh. Sazh TMR is an accessory. It's called the Sazh's Diary, FF5. HP 800, defense 45, spirit 45, and passive is autocast. Something every turn, increase LB gauge 4 to all allies. Only works when equipped on Sazh. And then the STMR is called Sazh's Morning Star, FF5. It's a mace, spirit 180, and passive increase equipment spirit 75 when dual wielding. So Sazh's TMR has a lot of flat defensive stats, 45 and 45 defense and spirit. Also autofills the party's LB gauge by 4 per turn. Only works on Sazh himself. His STMR has a lot of flat spirit and increases spirit through dual wield by 75%. It could be useful on a spirit-based damage healer or a magic tank. So that's Sazh. Next is Mellow. Mellow's TMR is a materia. It's called the Annoying Black Mage. Passive, increase mag by 50 and increase LB damage by 50%. His STMR is a rod. It's called the Lazy Rod. Stats 180 mag and 28 attack. Increase LB damage 50%. So Mellow brings an LB damage materia and rod. His materia is quite unique as it gives 50% magic along with 50% LB damage. So no other materia does that. And it's kind of hard to find mag-based LB damage boosting materia. Most of them are attack based. The rod is comparable to Black Rosalia, but with a slightly higher flat mag. Both items are going to be useful on magical LB damage healers. So consider pulling for Mellow if you have a lot of magical LB damage healers. Alright, so Elric Brothers TMR is a materia 2 people for 1 person. So I wonder who that 1 person is. Increase physical damage against demons 75%, increase attack 30% when equipped with a fist. And the STMR is an accessory, it's Winry's earrings. So wonder who's wearing Winry's earrings. Stats, attack 45 and spirit 45. Element resist fire, lightning, water, and earth by 50%. And for them only, decrease MP use 50%. So the Elric brothers bring a physical damage demon killer materia similar to the Force Mysterion from Lunera. Their STMR has an interesting combination of flat attack and spirit with a few elemental resistances. So the decrease MP use is only for them. That's too bad. But their TMR is good. Physical damage against demons 75. That's kind of high for a TMR, but only physical. Force Mysterion is also works for magic damage. Okay, next is Envy. Envy's TMR is a materia jealousy for humans. Increase physical magic damage against humans 50%. Increase LB gauge fill rate 100%. And his STMR is called Envy Headband. MT 50, attack 44, defense 14, mag 44, and spirit 14. Recover 7% MP per turn and increase LB gauge 2 per turn. And we bring some material with physical and magic human killer. The bonus is at average, but having more killer materia never hurts. His STMR is a worse red Hellbore, but it does have 2 auto LB per turn, which is a plus. Next is Grade. His TMR is a materia what I really wanted. Increased defense 60%, autocast, healed dry at the start of a battle or after being revived. It mitigates physical and magic damage by 25 for 3 turns to caster. It also can't be dispelled. His STMR are clothes, Greed's coat, defense 43, and increased defense 70%, increased physical evasion 30%. So Greed brings a 60% defense materia that autocasts physical and magical damage mitigation. His STMR gives 30% physical evasion on top of defensive stats. So it's a bit of a weird combination though. Why would an evade tank need defense? So let me know in the comments who can use this STMR, but it's fairly useful because it's another evade equipment on clothes and 30% at that. Alright, so moving on, it's NV Noctis. So his TMR is a sword. It's called the Balmoon FF15. Attack is 162, kind of low on the low side. Autocast something at the battle or after being revived, so increases light physical damage and light magic damage. I'm assuming that only works for him and his other variants. Also increased jump damage 100%. And his STMR or Clothes Chosen King's Costume FF15, attack 57, defense 30, and spirit 40, element resist light 50%. Increased physical damage against Reapers 50%, increased jump damage 100%. So Envy Noctis brings 2 equips that boost jump damage by 100 each. His STMR also has 50% undead killer. Jump damage dealers would love to wear his clothes, so that would be best in slot. His clothes, jump damage 100, and also has bonus damage against Reapers. Also has a bit of light resist and a bit of great attack stats. Right, so he's a unit you should be looking out for if you want to gear your jump damage dealers. Next is Arden. Envy Arden kind of works has similar equipment to Envy Noctis. His TMR is a sword. Rakshaha sword, FF15. Attack 162 like Noctis. Autocast 2000 at the start of battle or after being revived. Also increases dark, physical, and magic damage 10%. Increased jump damage 100. So his clothes is dedicated cloth FF15, that's his STMR. Also 57 attack, defense 40, spirit 30, and dark resist 50. Increased physical damage against humans 50%, increased jump damage 100%. So Envy Arden has similar equips to Envy Noctis. He is geared towards dark damage and dark resistance, as well as human killer. So you can get either Noctis or Arden if you want the jump damage STMR. Right, so you can just pick the one you want, but I went for Envy Noctis in JP server. Next is Sydney. So she's a 5-star. Her hat, her TMR is a hat, hammerhead cap, FF15, attack 36 and defense 19, increase LB gauge 2 per turn. And her STMR is a materia, royal warrant mechanic, increase physical and magic damage against Machinus, 100% recover, MP 5 per turn. So Cindy brings an STMR materia that has the highest amount of machine killer for both physical and magic damage. So the FF15 banner is looking like a great banner to pull on or use a few tickets. So think about it. I personally think it's a good banner to pull on. Pretty great TMR and STMRs and units as well. Next is Envy Lunafreya. Her TMR is materia, all for our king. Increase mag 40%, increase Esper's bonus stats 50%, and her STMR is a rod Kaminagi's reverse hook. FF15 mag 178, spirit 120, increase evoke damage by 50%. So Envy Lunafreya brings an STMR rod that has evoke damage. It has a bit of a low magic stat, but it does benefit from Realm's Rod Imperil. So evoke damage similar to Terra's Sword, which has evoke damage, but Terra's Sword doesn't benefit from the Rod Imperil. It needs a Sword Imperil to deal more damage. So think about getting this one. If you want to use Realm's Rod Imperil and also do evoke damage. And also Envy Lunafreya is a great unit. I'll do a review of her soon as she gets announced for global. Next is Godspeed Thieves Zidane. His TMR is our clothes, Thieves Vest, FF9, attack 45, defense 15, and spirit 15. Increase physical evasion 30% and then increase static attack 500 to all his variants. And then his STMR is materia because you said you're going. Applies on all bard units. Increase for 5 turns all allies while singing. So this materia allows you to sing on turn 5. Increase attack, defense, mag, spirit 300 for 1 turn to all allies. Increase LB damage 300% for 1 turn to all allies. So Envy Zidane brings another clothes with 30% physical evade. His STMR, it can only be used by bards. Those bards are named on above. So increases LB damage in all stats by 300 in turn 5. Could be useful for dark visions, but you're think about it, you're locking a unit to singing for 5 turns, so you can get 300 all stat buffs and 300 LB damage. It can be hard to pull off, but who knows? Could be useful on dark visions or on trials. Next is Vivi. His TMR as a materia, the importance of living, increase equipment mag 75 when single wielding rod with or without shield, and his STMR is a hat, Vivi's hat, FF9, MP 100, mag 72, and spirit 20. So NVVV brings a 75 MTDH TMR materia and a 72 flat mag hat. Not really unique equipment, but they do have higher numbers on them, especially the Vivi's hat. I think that's the highest mag hat. That will be the highest mag hat in the game. It's at 72. Next is Steiner. He's a 5-star. His TMR is a materia, sword technique to protect. Increase equipment defense 100% when single wielding great sword with or without shield. And his STMR is a great sword. It's called the Defender, FF9, attack 120, defense 180. Element resist of Ice and Lightning 50%. Also increase static HP 1600 to Steiner only. So he brings the 100% defense CDH materia and an SMR greatsword that has high amount of flat tap. So really good on tanks, physical tanks, if you want to gear them up for defense. So really good TMR and SMR, but not really groundbreaking. Next is Coral. TMR is a materia. It's called the Strict Leader. Increase lightning, water, light, dark resistance by 20%. Increase physical and magic damage against demon 50%. His SMR is a whip. FE Delta Whip. Attack 185, 200 weapon. Average variance of 1.3, and it has a dark element. So Coral brings a TMR materia that has 50% physical and magical demon killer, as well as some elemental resistance. His SMR is a two-handed whip. It is slightly better than Yeago's SMR in terms of flat attack. So I'm not sure who wants a two-handed whip, but that's his SMR, and it's a dark weapon. Next unit is Diverti. His TMR is a materia, the man who succeeded Glacia Labolas. Increase LB damage 25%, increase equipment spirit 50% when dual wielding, and his SMR is a throwing weapon, Vengeance card. Magic 164, Spirit 164, increase LB damage 50%. So Diverti brings Spirit equips that boost LB damage. His TMR might be good on NVA Shuangwu Xinglong in the future. I know, is it too soon? Alright, so great TMR if or when we get NVA XWQL. Increase Spirit 50% when dual wielding. Next is Belmera. TMR is a materia, Phantom Thief with a red name. Increase physical evasion 20%. Increase chance of being targeted 20%. And her SMR is a gun. It rogues. Attack 170. Increase physical damage against aquatics or aquans. So Belmera brings another evade equip. Her TMR materia has 20% physical evasion and 20% passive provoke. It's a better evade junction. So her SMR gun has 50% physical damage to aquatics. That's a rare killer. But aquatics, there are not much aquatic enemies in the game. So there you have it, guys. Those are the upcoming TMR and STMRs for FFBE Global. I did not include the vision cards, so I'm gonna make a separate video for those. Also for their animations. So I'm gonna show you the animations for the upcoming vision cards. So hope this helps you plan on what to pull for, what unit to pull for in the future. As usual, guys, if you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and till next time, bye bye.